Okay. All right. So my name is Dr. Kendra-Lee, and I live on the beautiful island of Bermuda, um, which is literally just a dot in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. We are a British colony, but we are closer to the United States, and the closest point to us is actually North Carolina. It's about 700 miles from us, but we are a British colony. And I have been born in Bermuda, married in Bermuda, had my children in Bermuda. And so my family is from Bermuda, and I am, I don't know, eighth generation Bermudian. So been here my whole life, other than when I went off to school. And yes, so yes, it's really a interesting little spot or dot on the island, but in the world, I should say. I actually help a variety of people. Um, Initially, I started out with quite a few. I started to do a 30-day program. I became a certified nutritional counselor back in 2016, and I started to recruit like family and friends to do the programs, and mostly women. My father, my late father, he joined us at one point, and my husband joined us as well. But generally, it's been mostly females. And then as I segued into helping more people on an individual basis, those have mostly been retirees, and then some older professional women. But as a result of being a part of Enoch and his team, I've actually just signed on three men. So I'm really excited to be starting to working with some males. Yes. This is like literally like in the last couple of days. It's just been an incredible rush. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So business, like I opened up a health and wellness center in Bermuda, in St. George's, which is the eastern end of the island, where my family is from. And initially, when I opened, I had a lot of interest. A lot of people came, and my my prices were way too low. But I was afraid to really raise them because people were saying, "Oh, she's so expensive," and because I don't take insurance, people were very reluctant. But my business was really booming. I opened it in April. And so I can say April through to August or July. So April, May, June, July, 4 months, I really had a good amount of clients. People were coming on a regular basis. But then we hit August. And August is that month where people travel. But then August turned into September, not many clients. October, not many clients. November, not many clients. So I was starting to get concerned, and I'm renting a space for my clients to come to. And I was thinking to myself, I'm not going to be able to continue this if I don't get any new infusion of clients coming in. So I have been praying, and I have been asking God, like, what do I need to do? My daughter is in marketing, and her marketing is nothing to do with health. And she would give me little tidbits, and then my other daughter would give me little tidbits, and then my son would give me little tidbits. But nobody was really invested in helping me to get to the next level. So I was becoming very frustrated, very concerned. And I just made it a point of prayer. I prayed and I said, Lord, this health and wellness business is yours. He blessed me with the building. He blessed me with the monies to invest in the building and into the space. So I knew that this was something that he wanted me to do. But I was just feeling very frustrated because I mean, I had the money was there, but I wasn't making any money. And so every time you pay your rent or electricity, that money is starting to dwindle. And so I had met Enoch. He had done a 1 hour, what we call them, like a water cooler with the school that I did my naturopathic doctorate through, International Institute of Original Medicine. And that's when I first met him. And I bought his book right away, but did not read it. And then one of my counterparts, who she was like, oh, she invited me to do the challenge. And I was like, oh, that's the same guy that I bought the book from. So I was like, okay, no problem. I registered for it right away. And I was like, oh my goodness, like, this is what I've been asking God for, because I wanted to write a book. And I thought that was like the beginning and end of my journey. That was just a little small piece of it. And so that got me into Enoch's world. And boy, my world changed from that moment on. Mm-hmm. Well, I was saying to myself, this little boy is young, because you look so young. And I was thinking to myself, what does he know about anything, in my mind, right? But when you mentioned about your book, that was like, okay, you write a book, you know something, right? People just don't write a book. And that was what was intriguing. Like, and then when I saw the cover, and I was like, oh, but I just didn't give any time to it. But initially I was thinking, this is a young man, right? What can he do for me, basically? But in that young man is a whole lot that was waiting for me to open that up and experience it. And what a journey it has been. What a journey it has been. Mm-hmm. Right, right. Mm-hmm. Yes, yes. Mm-hmm. 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 Yes. Well, I found out what the price point was early, and I was like, $10,000? What am I going to get for $10,000, right? And because I'm one of those people that um, I'm very organized in my finances, and I know what I'm buying, and I had no idea what I was purchasing. Like, what have I got myself into? However, I'm also a woman of my word. So when I say that I'm going to do something, I follow through with it. I'm not that I'm going to do it and then you're going to chase me down for it. When I make a decision, you know, but I remember having the hesitation, and I said, I need to pray about it. And you said, but haven't you already been praying about it? And I was like, yeah, I have. And like, this is like the answer to my prayer. So why do I have to go back and pray again? You know, and so the hesitation was like just spending out the money, because I had spent so much money in getting my place ready for clients to come and investing in product and different things. I was like, can I really like put out more money, right? However, I think when I went through that initial hesitation, I went ahead and I did it, but I had no regrets. Like, there's been times in my life where I've made a major purchase and I've been like, why did I buy that? Did I really need to do that? But this was one time I never questioned it. I was very confident in the decision that I made. And my husband was a little bit reluctant initially, but then he was like, are you doing what Enoch told you? Have you read that by Enoch? Is he in agreement with what you're doing? And I started to say, now, wait a minute, who's doing this program, me or you, right? But he was listening in the background and he would always run it by me. Because even he said the other day, I've been invited to speak overseas, and it's like, have you told Enoch that you've been invited? So it's almost like he's like, did you run it past Enoch yet? So that was like comforting to me that he felt that I'd made a good decision regarding the business. And really this morning, we were having a moment after our devotion, and he said to me, he says, I'm really proud of how you're running your business. He says, I'm really proud of you, babe. And I was like, gee, thanks. And that was just a moment this morning. And I'm just thinking about it now. I haven't even thought about it since it happened this morning, but it's like, I'm really proud of you. You're really making this work. And I was like, wow, gee, thanks, babe. So it's been a good move. It's really been a good move. And I want to say, like, I'm very anal about being on camera. And my oldest daughter is a marketing expert, and she's on camera all the time. And, not that I'm in competition with her, but I almost feel like she's already cornered it. And like, she's going to look at me and say, Mom, you're like ridiculous. You can't even do this. And so she's the standard in my family, that is. And so anyhow, by being a part of this program and getting myself out there and doing the videos have really helped me with building my own confidence in myself on camera. One of my new clients that started, well, her husband started with me yesterday. And she was saying, she says, I've been following you for a while now. And it was an article in the newspaper like years ago, the type of juicer you should get. And when I asked them, did they have a juicer? They said, yeah, we saw your article years ago. And so we bought a juicer. And I was like, really? So unbeknown to me, they've been in my journey even before now, right? And so when they came on board yesterday, they already had the confidence that I could help them. So that was really comforting to know. And then I'm trying to think who I was talking to. And they were saying that, I can't remember who I was talking to. I think it was this morning. No, it was one of my clients that's with me now. She's a new client, and she's doing the 30-day program. And she said, you have a lot of information on your Facebook page. And that has really, really built you up a lot. And I was like, wow, gee, thanks. That lighthouse material, right? So and I would have, yes, right. I wasn't. And as a matter of fact, my son does videography. And this was back in maybe 2022, when I was just starting to kind of go on my own and feel this out, working from home at the time. And I had hired him to do some videos for me, but I was so stiff and so petrified to say the wrong thing. And, I was so focused on getting everything right that I was almost robotic. And when I look back, I said, these things are awful. I didn't even use them, like they were horrible. And so when I did my first or second video that you had encouraged me to do, I sent it to my son and I said, son, how am I doing? He says, Mom, you are like 100% better, and so that gave me the confidence too, because he knew what I was like at the beginning when I tried to do this. Yeah. Yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right. I would say that the marketing piece, like if I could do this all over again, I would have started with the marketing piece. And ironically, my daughter was telling me, "Mom, who's your audience?" Who, she was giving me those things, the questions, but she wasn't really spending any time with me to kind of really help me. And then because her talent is in another area, um, and plus I wasn't paying her, so she wasn't really giving me. She's giving me tidbits, like little bits, but not really helping me. So if I could do this all over again, I would start with the marketing piece because I think that is huge. And because now my clients are now walking billboards for others. So, like the gentleman that I signed um, this on last week, Thursday, he saw one of my clients who had lost 20 pounds. And so he wanted to know, like, what have you done? And he called me. And I mean, as a matter of fact, he was just here today and he wants me to do all his juicing. He wants to juice for 30 days and he wants me to do his juicing. Enoch, but anyway, I'll do it for him. I'm not going to do that for anybody else. You need to buy a juicer. However, it's like, could you please? And okay, fine. But, um, you know, my clients are now becoming billboards for others. And but like I said already, if I could have got the marketing piece first, I think it would have made I would have not made so many mistakes. And let me explain to you why. I always felt like I had to justify my prices, especially for because when I first started to do the 30-day program back in the day, I was working another job. So I wasn't charging a lot. And of course, now I'm working for myself, the price has increased. So initially, when I first started back in 2016, I want to say I was charging maybe $150. It was peanut. I was charging 300 and something. Now I'm up to 500. Yeah. But then they want to, but then, you know, and people who had done the program before, they were questioning, well, what have you done different that's put your price up? And I think of one person in particular, and interestingly enough, she has now joined the 3 month program with no questions. I said to her, I said, listen, this is my job now. And she says, it's no problem. And so I filled out went to her house and we filled out the application on my iPad and she saw the price and she came and she gave me 1/3 of it. I said, okay. So realizing now I don't have to explain myself to others. You either are in it or you're not. And I'm not making any excuses. I'm not making this is the price. This is what you're gonna get. And it's up to you whether or not you want to be a part of this. But there are people out there that will pay it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Hmm. Um, well, for one, the application of the videos on a regular basis, that I'll never be the same again because I put myself out there and now I'm becoming an authority in it. So I'll never be the same again. Because of what I've been through, the marketing of myself in like on the radio and in the newspaper, that in Bermuda, it's easy to get on things like that. But it's not easy, but it's kind of sort of like people will call, can you be on the show or whatever? And as a result of that, sharing my story, people see me now and they're like, weren't you on the radio the other day? Aren't you Dr. Pearman? And so I'm now being seen as someone who has knowledge and information. And had I, even though I had been on the radio prior to coming to you, being able to put it in a way that I'm able to share part of my story has made the difference. And then, doing my first webinar using my signature speech, that has been invaluable. I will never be the same again for all of those reasons. But the signature speech has been incredible. Just being able to take the stories, my story, and then the story of others, and packaging it in such a way that shows that this works has been revolutionary in regards to my business, my outlook, just understanding how this all works. And I have clients now that I can't wait to do an interview with me to tell their story. So it's really changed me for the better, and just constantly now I see things a lot differently, and I'm just so grateful. Like, I'm just humbled and I'm just grateful to know that I had signed one, then I ended up signing a family of three, and then I've signed, one, two, three, and I have a call today with someone else. So it's, I've signed up, I think, seven people so far for my boot camp, and that's huge. That's huge. Yeah. Yes, and I did. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. 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 Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes. Um, I have to say, well, it's hard to kind of say which has been my favorite, um, because I really enjoy doing the videos, right? Um, but the signature speech was amazing. Like that, that was really amazing. And at first, like the intimidation was there because it's a new model, it's a new way, and because I'm very methodical, A, B, C, D, E, F, it was kind of sort of like A. Well, actually, no, it was Z, then G, then E. It was kind of sort of disjointed. So I had a lot of anxiety, just around just trying to figure it out. But you guys have been amazing just to help me figure it out. And then once I understood the methodology to it, once I understood how it worked, then it was like, oh, I could do this. I could do this. And I did it. And I think you said I'm your first one that actually has finished the signature speech. Is that correct? Okay. Okay. It's mhm, right. Mhm, right. Hmm. That's so true. Um, you Enoch has a lot of knowledge and just inspiration. So, you know, even though my business is different from the others in our group, you have spent enough time to make it seem like it's just me and my business. So even though we have a group of several different people and everybody is working their own business, you are a coach in such a way that you make it very individualized, even though it's group. And that has been phenomenal because I've never felt that I couldn't get my questions answered. I never felt like somebody else's project was more important than mine. Um, I always felt like I could get my time in. I felt like I could ask my questions and that they would get answered. And even when I felt that I hadn't done my best, you always were very encouraging, and your team is very encouraging. That even if I feel like I messed up, that's never a word. It's always, well, we learned something from that. It's always spun in a positive way. And as someone who has coached others, and I'm certified as an executive coach, you guys have taken it to another level. And so I never feel that whatever effort I've put has not been a good effort. Even if I haven't felt it wasn't good, you and your team have always made it like I've done exceptionally well anyhow. And so that kind of the engagement has been really phenomenal. The encouragement has been phenomenal. And the support has been phenomenal. And so to work with you, Enoch, has been a joy. It has been, I look forward to the Tuesdays, and I schedule nothing during that time because I want to make sure I can get as much as I can. And even when we're off of the scheduled time and I need an hour, I get it. And so I feel like it doesn't matter. I sent you a message this morning, you're still in your bed, but you responded. And so that makes me feel like even though there's a group, I'm still treated very much as an individual. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah. 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 Mm-hmm. Hmm. So, um, interestingly enough, um, I felt that I was localized just to Bermuda. But, my 30-day program, like currently right now, I have two clients, one in Canada and one in the US, who are participating with the 30-day. And then I had one in the US back in December. Um, and it's been really good to be able to see that no matter where you are, you can do this. And I'm really looking forward to having more international clients um, as I get more out there. But what has been surprising is the Bermudians that have come on board that have been looking for something and have had no issue paying the money. And that has been really rewarding. So to be able to be international and to be able to be honing my craft here in Bermuda, it's just been an answer to my prayer and very rewarding. Absolutely very rewarding. Yeah. Mm. Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes. I love it. Yes. Mm-hmm. Well, like I like the little things. Like for example, ChatGPT. It's like my boyfriend, right? My husband comes upstairs and he says, "Who are you talking to?" And I say, "You know who I'm talking to, babe." So just being the tools that we have been phenomenal. Really have helped me tremendously. Um, just some of just being able to tap into those things that can expand your thought process, and it helps you get your work done a lot faster. So that has been phenomenal. Even using Canva, I used Canva before, but now using it like on a regular with everything that I do, being able to videotape on Canva, didn't, hadn't even known about that before. And so these are things that I just wasn't exposed to, or maybe they were there but just didn't really know how to really expound on and utilizing them to the best. So that has been something that I haven't done before, maximizing it now, but also not explaining my prices. Like I this is what it cost. That's it. Like I'm not explaining, I'm not giving anybody any rationale. This is what my price point is. Um, and you are this is what it is. And so not feeling like I have to make an excuse to justify myself. And that has been something that I've done a lot in the past to try to pacify people to come my way, but no longer do I do that because you've helped to build the confidence in my product and what I'm worth based on everything that I've done to get to where I am. To see my worth has really just kind of sort of like revolutionized the way I look at me and what I offer. Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm. No. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes. Right. That's right. Yes. I would say don't hesitate, just do it. Um, you will get more bang for your money or more bang for your buck than you actually can imagine. The experience has been very fruitful, positive. There's nothing that I can say that is a negative in working with Enoch and his team. You're going to get resources through the yin yang. You're going to get knowledge and information that you've never been exposed to. And because Enoch is a constant learner, whatever he's learning, he's constantly bringing it to the table. So if we did something one way in October and he's learned a better way in January, we're doing it a better way. So he's not stagnant. He's constantly learning. He's constantly growing his own skill set. And whatever he's learning, he's bringing to you. And so you can be guaranteed that you're going to constantly be getting cutting edge marketing strategies. You're going to be constantly getting new ways to give lighthouse content. You're going to constantly be getting new ways and fresh ideas as to how you can continue to grow your business and also allow it to be fresh each time. So I would say that if you want to be a part of you want your business to grow and develop and constantly be refreshed from a regular each time during the month through the months, then come along and join with Enoch, because your business will grow, develop, and you yourself will grow and develop far more than you can ever imagine. Yeah, absolutely. And so do I, because I know that next month is going to be even greater. Yeah, that's right.